Hello everyone, and welcome to my Let's Play series. Today we're starting off in our regular hub, and I've kind of realized something about this world. I've been just living with like half-created tools and armor, and I just don't care. But I feel like I should start caring. So, today's first mission is going to be head over to the Blaze Farm and get some XP to fix this up. Since I'm going anyways, I'm just going to use some pants so that I don't break these. I'm sort of the type of person in a world who can live with very bad tools for a very long time. Like, I by no means require anything other than iron tools to keep me happy in a Minecraft world. Some people go out and get netherite instantly and all the OP enchants and everything. And while I have done that in this world, I wouldn't care if I didn't, and that's why I have a helmet that doesn't have respiration on it, and pants that just have protection 3, and my sword is good, but there are a lot of enchants you can get on a sword, and I don't have very many of them. So, today we fix it. And also, as a reminder, I am currently still recording in my grandparents' basement. It's been lovely here over the holiday season, and they've been so welcoming to have me, but if things sound a little bit different, that is why. Here we are, back in the Nether at our lovely Strider stables and our Blaze castle. Perfect. So I'm just gonna hang out in here, let the blaze fall down, and hope that it doesn't take me too long to get to level 30. Almost there now, just a little bit more killing of the blaze. This is always so satisfying. I'm glad we made this blaze farm. Alright, level 32, and I think for now I'm gonna call this about good. That should be enough levels for me to work with for at least a couple more enchants on my tools. I have so much netherrack laying around the place. I feel like I should definitely do something with this. I mean, look at all the netherrack we have. I'm gonna take all this netherrack and some blaze rods and actually see if I can't use it in a build somewhere. I feel like it'd be more useful than just laying it around in chests. Let's take a quick flight over to the blacksmith and get it smelted up there. I haven't actually used the super smelter in a little while, so this will be a great example of it. Okay, currently I have sand in. My bad. Let's put a whole bunch of this in. And even more, yep. And I think I'll take the sand out, because I don't remember what I needed all this glass for. Do any of you remember? And then we'll just evenly kind of split the blaze rods. And there we go. Let's go get the rest of it, because I think I have a whole bunch in my storage center. Might as well get rid of it all while I'm at it. Yeah, look at this. Almost an entire chest dedicated to netherrack. Right, let's get this all in and smelting. Oh, no, not the sticks. Not the sticks, my bad. And this will all smelt into nether bricks, which we can use to make some pretty purple blocks. And I'm never gonna complain about having too many of those. Now, I wonder if I have any enchanted books. Okay, I have a couple. I have a looting 1, which I mean is not that useful, but it's better than looting 0, I guess. And let's see what I have over by the tree stump. I have some mending, so that's good at least. I need that for that and that. And this has respiration of fire aspect on it. Aqua affinity I already have. Okay, excuse me. Who? Hello, sir. You don't have anything that I need. Since I already have all of my stuff upgraded to netherrack, I'm gonna go ahead and enchant some books and see if I can get something good. Look at the sea. Meh. Fire protection, efficiency. Oh boy. These books that I'm never going to use, like for example, this Luck of the Sea one, and maybe this Blast Protection 1, I'm just gonna unenchant them and get them back. Now, the next stage, I need to put books on a couple of things. I don't really need the Aqua Affinity one, although it is useful, so I'll save it. And then we have to choose on this book right here. So we have Respiration 3, which we don't currently have, and there's also Fire Aspect, which we don't currently have. Honestly, I've been using potions to breathe underwater, so I think I'm gonna go for the Fire Aspect on my sword instead. Just seems like it would be really useful. And then of course we also want to put mending on this. And it's started raining. Must have taken too long. Now, I do actually need a higher protection enchant on these, but because I haven't hit it for right now, I'm just gonna go with the mending so we can at least heal them up. And take off these gold pants. There we go. Alrighty, this sword is already looking much better. I know looting 1 is kind of lame, but it's better than no looting, and we can replace it later on if we need to. I'm pretty happy with my armor now, so let's move on to the next project, shall we? This area right out here is our farming area, and I really like how it turned out. It's really aesthetically pleasing, but we never finished it. And by never finished it, I mainly just mean the interior. I don't know why, but I just never finished it. So I think we're gonna go ahead right now and give this the finishing touches that it deserves on the interior. I was debating between spruce and jungle planks for the floor, but I think I'm gonna go with jungle. I think it'll match the roof really well and just in general help out with the vibe in here. And the spruce will be kind of matchy with the oak too much. Okay, next up, the ceiling. I should definitely put some torches up here, but I'm not actually going to use the attic space. I'm just going to cap this completely over with some slabs. I'm actually almost completely out of food. My bad, kind of been forgetting. Let's head over to the jungle and replenish. All right, couple more golden carrots. Thank you very much. Wonder if I have anything to trade them. I have some carrots. Have I ever been trading carrots? I haven't been. I wonder why not. I've never really upgraded these villagers. Gosh, I'm such a lame villager trader on this world. I love how this place looks though. Oh my gosh. We've done such a good job with this. I'm actually stealing back a bunch of these birch logs. When I built my farming area, I farmed a whole bunch of birch and I kept it and we weren't building out of it. But now, well, we are building out of it with that area, so I suppose I should definitely claim it back and not turn it into sticks. But anyways, that's just me getting distracted. Let's head back to the farm. This place is looking a lot better already. Look at when we come in, we have these bushes here and some bookshelves, and I've got this little storage center, but then the main area is up here, and I need to find a way to get up there. So this is kind of the hardest part, in my opinion, for doing interiors. I have to find a way to get a staircase to come up, and I'm just not sure what a good way to go about it is. Like, I don't know if I want this to be a room at all. Honestly, I might just kind of pile it upwards and not really have that below spot where the grass is be a room. That seems like the easiest way to go, and then we just fill all of this in and pretend the below area doesn't exist. Maybe this cobble can actually just go away and we can instead use some of the sandstone. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot more sense. I would also kind of like to do almost like a little kitchen area. I'm not really sure where that should go. Probably down here, to be fair. But just, I think it would look so cute to have like, I don't know, some type of chimney maybe coming up like so. Gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have to use our imaginations a little bit with the interior of the windmill, but imagine that this is a little like working zone for the farmers, and then over here is where they would maybe process their hay and stuff, and we can imagine that there's another working area further down below that connects to kind of all of this, and this can be kind of rotating as the wind blows the propellers of the windmill. Is it called propellers? It might not be called propellers. They're just the blades. This guy. I don't know. It seems a little bit silly, but I don't really have a lot of practice with this type of interior. I should maybe be putting hay in here and not bookshelves, but gosh. It's challenging to come up with something that is effective. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more wool from the sheep. I think that I might even have some just over here. Not really, only yellow. Oh, but I do have some bricks left behind. That's good to know. And I'm gonna make some carpets. You know what? The cyan is really nice. Let's grab some of that. Thank you, sheep. Thank you, thank you. This little pop of color helps so much, to be honest. Lovely. That is exactly what it needed. All right, I feel a lot better about this now. I suppose that means the windmill project is officially complete. There's still a few other things that we could do in this area if we wanted to, but I'm really happy with how this looks. We do, however, need to dress up the ravine at some point maybe. That could be really cute. Maybe some leaves down there or some glass layers. Anything, really. It would just help us sort of have something to look at as we cross over in this area. We also really need to dig out this tunnel. You know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and do that now. Let me just dig like a little line. Oh, my bad. Okay, that's kind of close to where it needs to be, actually. Just need to go this way a little bit, and then I think we would hit the target. Decorating these caves is a lot of fun, so I'm excited to have another one. I know that I keep putting a lot of tunnels in this world, but it just adds so much little detail, I think, to go through the terrain sometimes instead of around it. It's kind of cool. Right, and there we go. Just like that, we have a beautiful cave to walk through. Needs to be expanded a little bit, of course, and we'll also add like some little supports in through and some kind of like mining vibes, I suppose, throughout the entire thing. Maybe some mushrooms or some vines, anything really, just to give it that extra little flair. Even some lanterns hanging could be really nice, but yeah, now we can just walk straight through the mountain. That is much more convenient. Hello, Vincent. How are we doing? Oh, still as angry as ever, I see. to come by and visit every now and then. Have I left anything behind in here? Nope, not really. Cool, cool, cool. All right, well, glad to see that you're keeping up your post quite well. Ouch. Gosh, why do I keep planting berries everywhere? Oh, hey, my birch trees have grown. I don't even really need these now. Maybe I should leave them here. I have so much birch wood. Perhaps, on the topic of birchwood, we should go and build another structure across the bay. That might be a good idea to use some of it up. Oh, Wandering Trader is still hanging out, I see. Okay, cool, cool. All right, now, I haven't touched on this project in a little while at this point, so let's head over and see what I can do. I can already see something that it really, really needs, and that is definitely another layer over here. So we have this dock area down here that is looking great. This is kind of where we can put maybe a couple of boats or ships. This over here, I think, was our little, like, trading kind of merchant area. It looks pretty good. We had some of our build ideas over here. And then this is a really awkward hill. And I think I'd like to just peel some of this back and maybe get another wall going as a good first step. Gosh, this beach has so much sand. This is actually really convenient. I like getting sand. We need sand for our build in the jungle, so it kind of works out that we're mining this in one area and then replacing it in another. Right, now I don't want it to feel too cramped, so I think maybe the next wall could start up right about here. And we'll just go along like so. It's just a retaining wall to kind of build up the layers and keep this hill held back. I don't think I'm going to do it too high. This is about the height that I need. I think sectioning off areas like this is really important. So now that when we come up, we have this big wall right here. And I can once again just add, whoop, nope, not right there. I'm going to line them up with these. I'm going to put these like pillars just all the way up and over 3 and right here. And just do that all the way along the wall. Okay, and then whatever terrain is up here that is not at the level of my wall, I'm literally just going to take down. So a big chunk of this hill is going to go, but it's okay. We'll build it all up again after. I'm not normally a fan of flattening things for builds, but I think this type of area would kind of just do better if it had a more structured appearance to the terrain. Okay, now it's time for the next step. So this is a pretty important one. I'm gonna build a big building right up on top of here and just see if I can get it looking good. And we're gonna start with the foundation. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think might do it. I'm not 100% sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go 10, 11. That looks like a pretty good size foundation. I'm not 100% sure. It leaves us a lot of room over here, so maybe we'll have 2 buildings kind of right next to each other, but I want to at least see how this looks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, kind of work with this. And then we're going to use, of course, the same blocks that we used over here, so starting with some spruce for the roof. When I'm doing my roofs, I always plan in full blocks. I see so many people say that they're struggling with roofs, and it's because you're trying to detail the roof before you've even got a roof shape in. It's so much harder to work with stairs and slabs than it is full blocks. Just use full blocks and plan out your shape. There we go. This is looking pretty cool so far. And now we take a little step down and see if we like the shape. I don't know. Might need a flight for this one. Okay, it's not as big, honestly, as I would want. This building is quite large. But I'm not sure if I want to go any bigger than this. It's a good thing I live in a birch forest. This is a very expensive building almost entirely out of logs. Alright, this is looking pretty cool so far. The only issue that I'm having is that the road doesn't really go up there, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try and build a staircase actually connecting up through. This might be a mistake, but I'm going to try it. Our roads at the moment are spruce, and that's literally just because that is what I carried upwards from the docks, and it just looks really good kind of flowing through. But I'm not sure if I want to keep with spruce, you know, it's a little weird. I'd almost rather have like a gravel path or cobblestone or something like that, but I don't know, the contrast in color just looks kind of good at the moment. Maybe black stone can eventually be the move. I'm not 100% sure, but for now it's going to be wood. Doesn't make perfect sense, but you'll see how we'll be able to come around the corner and then just walk over here as we please, hopefully. One thing that I am thinking about is the fact that we had used dark oak for this roof, but we started smelting today a bunch of our netherrack, and I want to see if we can actually use that for a roof instead, because it could be really pretty. And also, we've used so much dark oak over here. Although I love it a lot, and I do want them to match, I think it could also be nice to use a new block. So we just craft this into nether bricks. I have a whole bunch of them, so I'm going to go ahead and create this roof out of nether bricks, and we can see which one we like better just based on that. Oh, they're so satisfying to place. Listen to that. Minecraft sounds are satisfying, gosh. I honestly don't think I've ever built out of these in survival mode. Kind of cool. I really like the color purple. Okay, I love the way that this is looking so far, but I actually want to come in and do a second layer just to make this a little bit taller and more fancy, but I'm gonna do it kind of differently than how I normally would. Normally I do this where the roofs are kind of all in different directions, sort of. I'm gonna have this one run the same direction as this roof. Not sure how this is gonna look. So basically the roof will come this way, like this. Few more details, and I think this is kind of done. The walls aren't in, but let's just see. Ooh, okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Wait, I need a longer look. Yeah, that's kind of cute. The purple is definitely doing something. I'm not 100% sure on it though. I'll let you tell me in the comments down below which one you personally prefer. The wood planks in the dark oak or the purple. Oh, my bad. I keep accidentally making mob farms. Whoops. Okay, good thing it's just cobblestone. I really like what we have going on over there so far. Honestly, it's a really nice, simple contrast from what we have going on the other side of the bay. It's like just a little bit larger. It's not crazy. It's definitely not a mega build, but it's just enough to get my creative itch sort of out in this world. I'm gonna take a little bit of this netherrack now and plan with it. I just want to mark out a couple of spots where I might want another build, and hopefully we can work from there, sort of. Like, for example, I definitely want one right here. So marking it out with this red netherrack is going to help me with the planning. I don't tend to do a ton of planning of my builds in creative mode, so it's probably a good idea for me to plan it a little bit in survival. And showing it on camera will give you guys a good idea of how I kind of wrap my brain around these projects. As I'm recording this episode currently, 2020 is coming to a close. It's almost the new year. How are you all feeling about that? I don't really know how I feel. I'm in my last year of school, as you guys know, so honestly it's a little stressful. There's been less videos from me for sure, but it's mostly because I'm prepping to go out on clinical, which I've talked about a lot, but I'm actually going out on clinical in 2021. Like, it's real now. I'm not just talking about it, I'm doing it. So there's a lot of forms and stuff that I have to fill out, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of papers and stuff, and I have to do all of these like checks and immunizations, and you know, there's just a lot that goes into being able to work with patients in a hospital. So if there's less of me, that is why. I'm a little bit tired with all of that. I'm excited though. I also want to make something clear. I'm not planning on working in the hospital. And I know that that's strange, but I do want to just speak this and make it true, hopefully. Manifest it, I suppose, as you would. I'm gonna work as a YouTuber. I'm planning to graduate school and be a YouTuber. And I know that that might be a little bit strange for some of you, perhaps. Like, hey, why did you spend all this money on college if you're just gonna be a YouTuber? But I'm really passionate about this, and I want to keep pursuing it. And nobody can take away what I've learned in college. I'll always have that. I'll always be able to hold on to that and continue learning, and I'll be able to work in the hospital, and it's a great backup plan if things on YouTube end up not working out. I don't have to be stressed about having to use YouTube to make money and pay rent. Obviously, if it's my job, I do have to worry about it a little bit, but you know what I mean? Like, I can relax a little bit and know that if anything bad happens on YouTube, they change the platform completely, everything goes horrible, I'm okay, because I can go work in the hospital, and there's always going to be work for me in the hospital. But I want to give this a shot, and I'm really excited to have the chance to do that in 2021. So I'm really excited for the new year. I don't know why, I just felt like mentioning that. I feel like I haven't really truly shared my intentions with some of you with YouTube, and to be honest, I wasn't really sure for a long time what I wanted to do, but I think now that I've thought it out a little bit and I've had the time to really sit on that decision, I think it's gonna be what's best for me. So at the moment, I'm just marking out a couple more buildings. I don't want a ton of these. This isn't gonna be like a city, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. And I think that's great. So we have a road going that way and this way. Honestly, 6 might just do it. That might be about enough. We have like a road coming up to this one, and then a road's coming to each of those. And then I'm not really sure. I think I want to work in this way, maybe a slightly larger build. I don't really know, but I think that this is a good start. Let's take a little flight and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's definitely something. I like that. That layout of things being very, very tight together, I think works well. I think it's gonna look good. We'll have like big corridors. I love walking along this wall right here. You can see I kind of changed around the staircase, so you're forced to walk around this, and then it kind of like opens up as you pass through. We can put some cranes on this, lifting things up off the docks. I think that would be very cool. I don't know, but I'm excited to build up this area and kind of work on it a little bit more. I feel like just having something down for a plan helps. Sometimes when I have artist block, which I've been experiencing lately, to be honest, but it's just because it's been the holidays. It's so easy to get lazy over the holidays. Like, I'm trying to get back into the habit of just studying and making videos right now and working again, but I'm obviously not in my apartment currently, and I'm a little bit stressed about having to go to the hospital and clinical and making sure that I'm doing everything to like be prepared for that. I don't want to miss anything. It's really soon. So I'm just a little bit extra stressed, and it's been really hard to kind of get back in the groove, to be honest, of just making content in general. Sometimes when I find that I get this artist block, it can be nice to just make things. Like just put down blocks, or if your artist block is in a more physical form in real life, like painting or something like that, like just spam paint on a canvas, like however you feel, like super abstract, like just throw paint at a canvas. And I think as soon as the canvas isn't blank anymore, it just, for me personally anyways, it gets a little bit easier. Like nothing crazy, but you know, just like a little bit better as soon as it's not blank. So I think that me putting down that netherrack is going to help with that, because now it's not a blank canvas. Now I have some form of a plan over there, and I know how I want to tackle that. And I'm not going to tackle it all at once. Like, we don't have to finish that right now. We can have episodes where we work on little things, like the interiors of our buildings, or the temple needs a little bit of work, I think. The iron farm over there. Oh, speaking of, let's go pay our iron farm a visit. But yeah, my point is none of this is going to be finished all in one episode. We're just kind of working on things. Slowly but surely. I think this is working. 55. Hey, you know what? That's not bad. We could actually use some of this iron to work on our beacon. I haven't actually changed the color of that beacon. Villagers. Just coming back to the topic of this planning for a moment, because I've had a few other ideas now that I've actually just edited back the part that you just watched, and I'm thinking maybe we go ahead and we make these like harder walls, because it's really easy to work with something if it's already in these like nice squares. And then all we have to do is like just work with that. So what if this house can still be here, but what if this is a wall? And we're gonna mark this out with some stone. So this all the way along here is a big retaining wall. It's like super built up and almost castle-like, and I think that would look so good. I'm gonna try to start marking things out with different colors. So like the stone is walls, the netherrack is houses, and then I have some diorite for potential paths. That way it'll be less confusing. I have a video on this sort of planning on my channel. It's directed at creative mode, and I did it with wool. However, I think it's called How to Plan Your Kingdom, and it's kind of the same concept, just in survival mode. So I'm going to go ahead and take out these netherrack that I was marking roads with, and I'm going to mark in more official roads with some diorite. Just using any old block that I have on me that I'm not really using a lot of, and just making it work, you know? So if this wall comes all the way along here, the main thing that we're going to want is another way to get up, because we have this staircase right here, but I think we're going to need like probably another one somewhere, or even just a road. So like a road could come in this way, right? But this is a little bit narrow. So if we have this road kind of continue along here, we could get rid of this tree, and we want it to come in this way. But it's hard to get in this way right now, so I know that I need to shrink this back like one block. And it's planning out little proportional things like that that I think makes a big difference to the build. Then I'm going to have a road go semi-straight this way, and we have another dock station over here. And that is where we can definitely put a couple more buildings like right along here. They'll look great. So that's kind of the sort of thing I'm thinking about while I'm planning this. I'm counting out the blocks for my houses, making sure that everything is in odd numbers if I want them in odd numbers, planning out where my walls are and where my paths are, and just how everything fits together. Because let's be honest, in survival mode, once I build something like this, I'm not moving it. It's too much work. So I need to get it right the first time, is my point. So these two houses right here, I'm going to have almost like touching so that you can't get through them. And I think that'll look really good once it's built up. Because if you picture these as not flat, like you can't get back there towards the trees. Like it stops you. It forces you to either go this way or you go this way. You cannot go through them. And I think that sort of forced perspective is important to think about a little bit when we're planning. All right, I'm much happier with this now. One final look. Yes, that is definitely exactly what I want. I need to get rid of some of those trees, but in general, this is looking so much better. Well, everyone, with that, I do believe that is all the time that I have for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it was a little bit more of a shorter one, but I'm about to go have some lunch with my parents, and I'm really excited to go into a little cafe. Gotta hand in some of those forms for my clinical. I have a lot to do today. I'm glad that I was able to get a video out to all of you regardless, and I hope that you're having a fantastic time. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.